Greetings, guys. Welcome to Pure Coys TV. On today's show, I have a very special guest with me. It is, of course, Cookie from the Two Marks Show. How you doing, mate? Thanks for joining me.
I'm all right, mate. How are you? Yeah, I'm not too bad at all. Not had a bad day today. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Getting
Excellent.
over the fact we haven't signed anyone, but it is what it is. We move on.
Yeah, we do.
We did, mate. The reason I got you on the show today is I think you've been talking about it for a while. I think it's a really interesting thing. And I think I know what you mean, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'd really like you just to give me your whole opinion. Just give it to me and the viewers watching. Just tell us what you mean when you say when you talk about the dilution of Tottenham. What do you mean by that, mate?
Sure, mate. So, if you go back, I mean, we're older, Nige. We're a bit older. So a lot of the younger fans probably, I don't know, wouldn't understand it as because they've not gone through it, if you know what I mean. So we've had what you'd call the good old days back in the day. And then we struggled a bit. We had the Irving Scholar saga and all that sort of thing. Then ENIC came in. So everyone knows, and I'm sure, you know, the people that will watch will know what my feelings are on ENIC and Daniel Levy at the time. So the dilution of Tottenham. Now, in football terms, Nige, when I say the dilution on the pitch, I'm talking about the standard of player. What you used to get to what you get now. And basically, I think what ENIC have done, and it's the only way I can explain it, other people might be able to explain it better, but the standard of the footballer that's been bought by the club, even if some have turned out to be decent, you know what I mean, good signings, a lot of them are not. And what I see from the board is a lack of care for what they're doing, the people they're employing, to do the job. And we can all see, and we all know Tottenham over the years, they'll have an half-decent transfer window, then it's nothing. Then it's half-decent, and you think, oh, we might be sort of doing something here. Nothing again. Just like this January again. I know Conor Gallagher come in, but we was desperate, mate. 13 first-team players squad out injured. You know what I mean? So to me, on the pitch, the dilution is that the board are not buying the standard of player that should be coming to Tottenham Hotspur for what people are paying. So I think, what's the word you'd use now? They're just underperforming up there for the fan.
Yeah.
But when I talk about dilution, it's very steady, Nige. And this is what I mean. Unless it's took me a while to see it. Do you know what I mean? And what hit the nail on the head for me was, as you know, I haven't been to Tottenham since ENIC took over. I refuse. I was a big home and away, you know, years ago before ENIC were in. I took the stance that they weren't good for our football club. I just didn't like, you know, they never mentioned football. It was all about, we're here to make money, we're here to do this, we're here to do that, but not we're here to make the team better. You know, they never gave that impression. Now, if you move forward, right, we've had the Daniel Levy years, and we know how most of us felt about him. And then now all of a sudden you've had a virtually complete change upstairs and how it's being run and who's pulling the purse strings and who's doing what. And to be quite honest, mate, I just think them upstairs now are the most clueless bunch that you could ever think to run a football club. Hardly any of them have got any experience with players on the pitch.
Yeah.
And I just think, you know, the only way I can put it is I said to Mark this morning, I said to him, can you imagine the stadium being there, the new stadium, yeah, and then you removed Tottenham from the stadium? in your opinion, Nigel, what would happen? What would happen if there was no Tottenham there and there was a stadium there?
Honestly, I don't think it'd be a lot different. They would still have the events. It kind of feels like there's no Tottenham there now, right? You know,
Right,
there's
right. You got it.
nothing on the seats. We haven't got a massive shiny cockerel on the stadium to show that it's Tottenham Hotspur.
You've got it. You've hit the nail on the head, mate. And that's where I talk about dilution. Yeah, even silly things down to in the stadium. You would have thought that the board and the people that are running the place would want the best atmosphere that they could get in the stadium for that best part of 100 minutes while they're on the pitch, right? So put all the people that sing and that want to sing in one place. When that stadium was being built, there was talk of all this, it's 20,000, in that stand, And they was all talking then about putting all the people that like to sing together to make a racket, to get the atmosphere going. I went to the West Ham game 2 weeks ago, Nigel, and I stood there and I thought, yeah, beautiful stadium. I watched the game and I thought to myself, we're not in the game. Not just that game, the whole game. Because we've just regressed so far, Nigel. And it's the only way I can explain it. I think when I look at it, I look at the football and I see the standard dropping. But it's been in very, very steady increments. So younger fans might not see it.
You don't notice it, no.
You just don't notice it. It's very, very, but they're doing it all over the club night. And I said to Mark, I'm just fearful they're running it down, mate, diluting it, just making money, doing what they've got to do to be, I suppose, relevant, if you want. But they've just shown you again, they're not interested. They're not interested about going to win a league. They're not even really interested about going to win a cup, are they? Next year.
It's little things.
No, yeah, next year, Nigel. Yeah. Now, already you're getting all they're trying to get the Alakushi deal done now for the summer. There's a £300 million war chest. Do me a favour. We've got no European football next year.
Yeah, we're screwed.
We're knackered, mate. We're knackered.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about now. So people are saying, we're going to spend loads of money. We might buy a couple of players in the summer next year just to keep it all rolling over still. Yeah, but we're getting ripped off, mate. The people that go every week are getting ripped off. Yeah, and basically it's what I call the dilution of Tottenham Hotspur.
Brilliant. And I absolutely agree 100%. Like you say, it's little things they could change. I mean, what do you think they have to do to change the dilution of Tottenham? It sounds stupid, doesn't it? Because buy a couple of players, or like you say, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, have that in neon lights across the top of the stadium. Absolutely, people know it's a Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, is that as simple? Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, it's just the little things, Nigel. Like you say, it's like, light it up. Whoever's going to sponsor the stadium, get it lit up. Whoever it is, do it properly. Get the cockerels back on the seats again. Yeah. Listen, when they've got the NFL on, good luck to them. If you don't want Tottenham emblazoned everywhere and there's a little cockerel on a seat, I'm sure you can cover it up if you really need to for the NFL game.
They'd be on it, wouldn't they?
Do you know what I mean? Little things like that, the singing again. It's a big thing for me, that, because I was in that stadium and I thought it was soulless, mate. And I can go back, and people can call it reminiscing, but I can go back and I remember 36,000 standing on that shelf, bellowing their heads off. And that atmosphere was far better there than 62,000 in the new stadium, for me anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. I can remember going to White Hart Lane and, watching a 0-0 draw and having the stadium crackling. You can feel the electricity in the air.
Yeah.
And I've been to the new stadium a few times, and I'm sure that it's been like that a few times on a few games, but more often than not, it is extremely flat a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you 100%. Thank you so much for coming on, mate, and talking to me about
Anytime,
the
fella.
dilution of Tottenham. I think as Spurs fans, we need to take it seriously. You know, this is a major concern. Our club is disappearing in front of our eyes, and we need to do something about it. Thanks for joining me, mate. I will be putting the
Anytime.
2 Mark show in the link of the description. So please get over and subscribe to their channel. Subscribe to Pure Coys TV. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Pure Coys.